Knowledge Zone channel. Today we are going to see the concept array in C++. So array in C++. This you have for the state board 11th and 12th standard children and also for the CBSE students. So this concept will be very useful. First of all, we will see what is an array. So array is a group of elements of same data type which are referred by a common name. Only one name will be there and it will be referring a group of elements. So many elements will be there. For example, if you write it as int x is equal to 5. So x is a variable and it is of integer data type, that you know. And for x, I am storing a value 5. So that will be stored in the memory. So how this will be stored? X is a variable and one memory block will be created and the number 5 will be stored. This is regarding a normal variable. But now we are going to see array. As I said, array, one variable will be there, one common variable, but it will be storing many elements of same data type. Data type should be common. And how will you write it now? So int x of 5 if I write, then this will become an array. The square bracket is used for representing an array. Square bracket is said to be the subscript or the index is given by this. So here 5 means the 5 memory boxes will be allotted. X is a variable and you will be getting a continuous blocks like this. 5 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes will be allotted in a memory and you can store 5 different elements or the same element or a continuous element, any sort of element, but everything should be of integer because integer is a data type. So I am going to store some numbers like 100 here, 5 here, 10 here, 20 here and then 75. So some numbers, but it is of integer. Integer is nothing but the number without point. I am storing it in a continuous area. So this is called as an array. Array is nothing but group of elements of similar data type which are referred by a common name. Now you can understand the definition for the array. So array is a group of elements of similar data type which are referred by a common name. So for this single variable we have so many numbers. Then how will you access this element? How will you make use of this element in this? So for that purpose the index values are given. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So each and every element will be given certain value called index element. Using that, either you can print that value or you can accept the value or you can do the calculation. The array element usually begin from 0. So the first location will be 0 and followed by that you will have any number of value. And this square bracket, if you want, you can store here within the square bracket you can put 50 also and then 500, anything. If you don't know how many elements you are storing, you can give empty bracket. This indicates you can store n number of values. It is not a limited one. You can store n number of values in that particular array. So that is the concept here. So then here, what is the syntax for writing an array? How will you write a syntax? I used to say to my children that don't memorize the syntax from the textbook. You have to analyze and write it. So first one, int x of 5 I have given no. The name of the array is x. Okay. And another name for the variable is identifier. So from this example you should write the syntax. So what is this int? Int is a data type that you write it. So this bracket, angle bracket is used for representing the syntax. So data type and then leave space here or you can write it as space also. Then what is this x? X is a variable. So another name for this is identifier or you can write it a variable. Say that as a variable. Identifier name or anything. Then you have to put a square bracket. Then followed by that you have to put a number, that is the size. Size have to be mentioned and then put the closing bracket and then you have to put a semicolon followed by that. So this is the syntax for representing a array. Okay, clear now. So data type. From this I have written. This int is the data type. So I am writing it. And then we need a space here. So I have written a space. And then the x is the identifier variable and then the square bracket and then the size, how many elements you are going to store and give the closing bracket and terminate it by semicolon. And we will see how to do the manipulation with this. And here I am going to take this number 10. So how will you print this number 10? If you want you can print it like this, no. If you want this see out x, if you give the number 5 will be printed. Then how will you print this one? Then you have to write it like C out. Then x is the array name. What is the location? 2. Index value is 2. If you write C out x of 2, then that number 10 will be printed. Suppose if you want to get a value for this 5, then you can use it. Already you know Cin is a statement which is used to get the value from the user. Cin x of 1 if you give, then you can get a value from the user and you can store in this particular place. Suppose if you want to do some calculation, how will you do that? I want to add these two numbers, 10 plus 5 I am going to add. Then how will you do? X of 1 plus x of 2. Okay. So just you have to do the addition, this location and this location. Then from here 4 to 3, I am going to store this number. From 4 to 3. So x of 3 is equal to x of 4, which indicate from 4 I am taking that number and storing that value in the number 3. Okay, so this is said to be the array now. And for all this element, how will you write it in a program? I want to get 5 number from the user. So you know that repeatedly we want to get it. So you have to go for a looping. So for int is a variable declaration. I equal to, what is the starting number? 0. And then I less than 5. Or you can write it as less than or equal to 4. Then I plus plus. So this is the for loop statement. Beginning number and ending number I have given, and we have to increase it by 1. Then you have to give Cin, because I am going to get all the number from the user. Cin, then x of I. That's it. So all the number will be accepted by the user. In the beginning it is x of 0. So that number will be stored in this place. Then next number followed by that. So like that the values will be stored in this. And you have some types of array. This whatever we discussed here is a single dimension array. Another type of array is there, that is said to be the 2-dimension array, which is mainly used for matrices. I will upload that in the next video. And if you have any doubt in this array introduction part, you can clarify or you can send the comments. Thank you viewers. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe this channel.